Hello and welcome to the third part of the pistols look for some basic information regarding the different type of pistols out there. We talked about single and double action revolvers, and now we're talking about semi-automatic pistols. I'm going to be looking at this gun just to look at it, and I have another one we're going to look at in this video as well. This happens to be a Colt 1911 and 45 ACP. The 1911 model, if you will, this is made by a variety of different manufacturers now, not just Colt, but this one happens to be a Colt. As you can see, this looks different than the two other guns we talked about, doesn't it? It doesn't look like a revolver at all because it's not a revolver. There's no cylinder to spin or anything. We have a clip, so let's make sure it's safe. The magazine is empty, and the chamber is empty. So, the gun is safe. And that's the big difference, is that's how you would load the gun. You would put the magazine, rack it back all the way, and then a round would be in the chamber. And when the gun fires the round, it ejects the spent brass and chambers a fresh round in. Consequently, a decent amount of semi-automatic pistols are actually single action, just like this one here. I can't pull the hammer back with the trigger. So now some are double action to single action, but you still have to have a round in the chamber. Meaning, in order for the double action to work, there has to be a bullet already in here. And if you do this, it doesn't rack everything for you. But if double action works by pulling the hammer back and then releasing the hammer. So some semi-automatic pistols do that for you. This one does not. But those double action pistols are double to single action, meaning the first shot can be done as double action, then it's going to be single action from there on out. Let's see. So that's the big difference between this and a revolver. And also, what do we get in terms of bonuses? Why is this considered, by me personally, to be your sidearm of choice? And the sidearm of choice meaning your secondary, your backup weapon. Now, if pistols are your only thing you're going to have, because that's all you personally own, that's all you're able to find in the state of anarchy that a zombie outbreak brings, then I would suggest trying to get 2 pistols of the same caliber, just to have in case one has a problem. But the reason why a semi-automatic pistol, not this particular one, but semi-automatic pistols in general, are great backup weapons, sidearms, is because their capacity is more. This one is 7 plus 1 in the chamber can make a total of 8, but the clip is 7, so that's still 1 more than a revolver, which is nice. But not only that, the ease of reload. Once you're empty, the slide would stay back. Then you would pop out your empty magazine, throw a fresh one in, and then you would release the slide here, but it's already forward, and then or just rack it again if you have to, and you're ready to go. A lot quicker than even loading with a speed loader. Now I know there are people out there who practice and who are professional shooters that can load speed loaders up in pretty much a blink of an eye. I'm talking about the rest of us here who can't do that. The majority of people who would find themselves in a situation to reload a gun in the zombie survival situation. These are fixed iron sights. The sight picture looks something like this. You try and line it up and then you would shoot. So that's semi-automatic pistols in a nutshell. Now they do have the drawback of these can jam. If for some reason, maybe it's dirty brass, maybe you haven't properly been taking care of the pistol, you haven't cleaned it properly, maybe it's operator error or whatever, but it could jam where it doesn't feed the next one all the way, or you get like stovepiping or whatever. But semi-automatic pistols do have that ability to have happen to them, where revolvers don't. But they make up for it by having usually a higher capacity in terms of a clip and the ease of reloading with a clip. Now let's look at a clip next to a speed loader real quick. If I can get it out of its case, I put it back in. Alright, here we go. There we go. Here's an empty clip, here's a speed loader. Now yeah, you can probably put 3 speed loaders next to one clip. That would make you have 18 rounds as opposed to 7. But it's wider, so you could probably put almost 3 across. Probably not, but like close to it. And it's just slimmer. I think you can hold more clips in a spot in your belt than you can hold speed loaders, because they have to be held in a case like this on your belt in order to go in. So you could probably hold, this holds 2 speed loaders in this size, if I can get it in this case. You could probably hold 1, 2, 3, at least 4 clips in the same spot, so depending on which way the clip is. So I think also, I mean, that's a very rough way of doing it, but I think you're also able to hold more extra clips than you would be speed loaders for a revolver. So overall, you would have more rounds for the gun. Also, the ease of reloading means in a more stressful situation, like dealing with zombies, trying to break through a zombie barricade, so to speak, you're going to be in a stressful situation. You may even be panicking a little bit. Dealing with speed loaders, or loading it by hand, if you don't have a speed loader, will lead to a greater chance of fumbling the round, dropping the round, or whatever. Whereas with a clip, you just pop the clip out, you hold onto the clip, slam the clip in. It still can be fumbled and still can be stressful, but I would say it's a lot less so than dealing with individual rounds or a speed loader. So that's a semi-automatic pistol. This is what I would go to, some type of semi-automatic pistol, to be my sidearm if I had to survive some type of zombie outbreak. Now, this one is a full-size pistol. They come in like belly guns, like subcompacts and compacts, but this is the full size, and this is also an all-metal gun. Now, with the semi-automatic pistols, you have the polymer guns as well, and where part of the frame is polymer, making the gun lighter, which is nice. This is a pretty heavy gun in comparison, so you get different materials used in the construction, different sizes, more or less the same shape, maybe something a little different, maybe a little more square or tapered, who knows, but really size and weight really vary wildly on semi-automatic pistols. One thing I would suggest is whatever you can do legally in terms of clip size for a weapon, I would suggest doing, because, you know, for your firearm, what's important when you're dealing with zombies is the number of shots you can get off before reloading, and this one will get 7 pretty much. So I would suggest, if you are able to find extended capacity magazines which are legal in your area for something like this particular gun, go for it. Or I would suggest a firearm that naturally comes with a bigger clip size, like a Glock or a F&P or something like that. Again, it depends on what caliber you have and so on and so forth. Alright, I'm going to switch gears here. I'm still talking about semi-automatic pistols, but this was a 45 ACP centerfire. I want to show you real quick a 22 caliber pistol, long rifle, rimfire. This is a Ruger Mark II. Reason why I'm showing you this, it's empty, is because 22 pistols are a little different than your centerfire bigger brothers, so to speak. This is a Ruger Mark II with a bull barrel. The thing with the Ruger Mark II is, with the clip, there's no clip release on the side. It's on the bottom. You push this down like that and it comes out. Showing you this gun for that reason, because some guns have different clip releases. Not all have a button. Some have on the trigger guard you pull down and the clip pops out. So it's important to know what the gun can do. And this has adjustable iron sights as well, so that would be the sight picture pretty much. But that aside, really it's about the clip. Pretty much any 22 clip that I've seen for pistols works like this, where you don't slide the round down, but you pull this down and you drop the rounds in all the way down. Now, with that, when you compare it to a regular magazine for a centerfire round, where you just pretty much use the round to push things down, there's no button or no nub you have to pull down, kind of makes loading them a little bit more of a hassle. So if you do have one of these, this is a 10 round clip. Well, the one in here is 9, but the Ruger clips without the silver thing in the bottom are 10. If you do happen to have a Mark II or a Mark III or some type of 22 caliber pistol, nice thing is they're pretty much like 10 rounds, so you get a decent amount of shots. I would suggest getting extra clips, and of course all the clips you have for this gun in a situation of zombie survival. I would suggest having all the clips loaded all the time. It's a little bit more of a hassle, and it does wear in your thumbs, so if you have some way of maybe using the edge of a table to pull the spring down or whatever, I would suggest doing that. I just wanted to show you that because that is a different clip when you compare it to centerfire pistols. So centerfire pistols, you don't do this. You just put the rounds in, it does it itself. This one, you do this, and then you drop the rounds in. So just be mindful of that. If you have or were thinking about getting a 22 caliber pistol, if you have one, you pretty much already knew that. But if you're thinking about it, that's how it works. They come in different sizes also. This is a pretty big 22 caliber pistol. They come in smaller ones. This has got a bull barrel as opposed to a tapered barrel, so it's a little bit bigger and heavier. But anyway, that's just what I wanted to show you. That's the second pistol I wanted to show you for semi-automatic pistols. Centerfire cartridges work pretty much just like what you see here, or what I've shown you in the beginning of the video. So this is a centerfire, and the other one was rimfire. So regardless of which one you go with, that is how semi-automatic pistols basically function in terms of how you would use them. And they're my recommendation as a sidearm for dealing with zombies in some type of zombie epidemic, because you get more shots per clip, quicker reloads, and the ability to store more ammunition in organized fashion in the different magazines. So hopefully that was helpful for you if you were interested in pistols or in firearms, going through single action to double action to semi-automatic. And I'll probably talk more about the specific models I own in the future, as well as other firearm videos in the future as well, on top of other things. But because firearms are viewed a lot that to coincide with zombie survival, I want to get that out there just to help people get informed. So until next time, be safe and take care.